Hello everyone, my name is Rishabh Goswami. Today I'm going to be showcasing our demo video on our game Crimson Valor. My team is Team Metaproton and I'm the VR developer, and this amazing main menu was made by my teammate Rahul Singla. And now over here we have the simple options as well as the controls option, which has the A button to jump, B to interact, trigger button to hold items, and Y button to toggle inventory. Now let's head straight into the game. And now here we are at the cutscene where our main hero is fighting against a superly powerful opponent who is a monster he is gonna try to slay. But right now he's not strong enough. And this amazing cinematic cutscene, was made by my teammate Avinav Kumar. And now we are gonna see our hero fight against this main villain, but he ultimately loses and falls to the ground. Alright, so this is the tutorial section where you will wake up injured in the very same forest where you fought that monster. Over to my left is a HP bar, and now you gotta talk with the NPC over there. So this NPC right here is actually a smart NPC that's generates dialogues using AI, and also it is trained in such a way that it gives specific response, which I'll explain soon. Right now, hello, who are you? Where am I? Take some.
I found ye wounded in this forest. Seems ye suffer amnesia.
And she's gonna explain your situation. Hello. So what should I do now?
I'll guide ye through, knight. Rest your thoughts for now.
Okay, but how should I get stronger?
Practice makes a blade keen. Start sword training now.
And then she's gonna tell you to sword train right over there. So let's make our way over to the start here. You can, by the way, skip the tutorial if you go over there. But anyways, here we go.
Training awaits yonder. Move
In this sword
swift.
training, you just have to cut fruits, like in Fruit Ninja, right?
Well,
And there we
stand
go.
firm then.
The score shows up,
Next
and there it is. You gotta exit over there. And now let's make our way over to the next scene.
Sharp eyes at last. Move on.
Alright, now I'll explain how the AI NPC works. So I've used New Cortex to design its personality, the way it talks over here, its emotion input, and its personality. Over here I've set the knowledge it knows about the game and who she is as a person. And then over here in the action section, we trigger events where who are you, what happened to me, and then she introduces herself and tells you about your situation where you have amnesia. And then when you ask about the sword and how to get stronger, she's gonna suggest you to head over there and start your sword training. And now let's head back to Unity. Over here, as you can see in the console, there are outputs going on based on the action. So there were two actions, right? Introduction and sword training. So when you approach her at first and you ask her, who are you? Then she's going to introduce herself. And then when you ask her about the sword training, she's going to trigger that specific dialogue and, mix it up and say it in a very medieval fashion way. And now let's look at the code. So over in the code section, where we have the NPC underscore emotions, where we are triggering animations based on her emotion depicted. So over here, you can see the emotion upset is being depicted sometimes, and then confident and stuff. Okay, so right now I have like these actions right here: talking, annoyed, head pain, and stuff. So I'm controlling them through a simple switch case statement, and we are just changing the animations. However, it seems the animation is being resetted back to talking all the time. So I'm not very sure, but here in the so how it works is that based on the motion that's depicted, it's gonna trigger that particular animation, right? And I'm reading these console outputs over here in by assigning and calling the function from this side, right? All right, now here we are in the quest. So in the previous one where I showed the AI NPC, it was made by me, and now I'm gonna be showing you the quest lines that are in this. So the first quest is the house quest. Talk to him, and he's gonna ask you to build a house for him and ask for gathering some logs of wood. So you gotta find 3 wooden planks. right? Now, in this system, right, there is an inventory, right? This inventory was made by my teammate Bunch as well, and he designed it such a way that we have the inventory system as a socket system instead of the UI system. Because you can immediately, let me show you an example. I grab this wooden plank of wood and place it right over there. Now, in most games, there are UI elements that are in place instead of this simple putting the 3D object, but we went with this approach for a uniqueness and a very simple code design. And now I've grabbed this axe on my hand, and now I'm gonna cut the tree. Now, after you cut the tree, it will despawn and oh, where is it? Okay, there it is, the wooden plank, right? Oh, it's right over there. And now let's go ahead and chop one more tree. That should be our third tree. All right, there we go. So as you can see, when I'm grabbing this wood, it's gonna shrink its scale down, all right, and I can place it just like this, okay? Because if you don't shrink it, it's gonna look like this, right? And well, yeah. But anyways, let's go over here and talk to him again. All right. Thank you so much. Let me get started with it. And there we go. Our house is completed now. For now, you can't actually head inside the house, all right? Because this is just a prototype for now. And now we're gonna make our way all the way over there. So yeah, let's make our way there. Thank you so much. Let me get started with it. And there we go. Our house is completed now. For now, you can't actually head inside the house, alright? Because this is just a prototype for now. And now, we're gonna make our way all the way over there. Right over here is the second quest, where a character named Neko is running away from so-called goblins. Let's talk to her. And now she is gonna ask you to slay those goblins by using the sword over there. So she's gonna point the sword over by the pedestal over there. Then you take that rusty old sword. Now it's time to do some goblin slaying. These quest dialogues were also made by Avinav and also by Shivang Thakur. And now, when it spots you, it's gonna start attacking you. And as you can see, my HP is going down right there. Then you can slice it. Boom. And now we're gonna make our way over here and slice some more goblins. So the way it works is that we have given each part a rigid body component, and when we sense the collision with the sword, it's gonna slice the object in half and basically give a small rigid body force to basically slice and explode the object. And right over there, as you can see, there is a bright light after you complete the quest. So now you're gonna have to check it out, right? So let's check out what the reward for the quest is this time. So as previously in the previous quest, the reward was getting a house, and over here, as you can see, we're back over here. So let's check out what the reward for the quest is this time. So as previously in the previous quest, the reward was getting a house, and over here, as you can see, we're back over here where with the main sword, which is called the Paladin sword, right? And this sword is the very first sword that you saw in the cutscene. Yeah, that's a prototype so far for the game. And as for the novelty in this game, well, we have basically made it very immersive with quest lines and a very open world structure, alright? And we have also integrated the AI NPC which I made, and so that as you talk to normal characters, the dialogues seem very outlandish and boring. So we have made it fun by integrating the AI system to have the NPC in the game talk to you, so that it feels as though you're talking to a person and not some scripted character. All right. And right now, the quest line that you saw, these two characters are actually scripted, and the AI isn't integrated in one. But we have only for the demo, we have stored it in the tutorial scene, which I showed you just previously. Right. And yeah, that's about it. So I hope you guys enjoyed our demo video, and thank you so much for watching.